Was good, was good, was good. So I know you probably can relate to this. I used to check my credit score all the time, right? And I used to always look at my Credit Karma score. This is before I knew anything about credit. So I had like around the 680, and I was like, all right, I'm doing good, I'm doing good. But when I went to go apply for things, I always got denied. I was around the 580. The banks were pulling the whole different score. And I was like, why? I have a 680 here and I have a 580 here. It's a 100-point difference. Like, what is the difference between the Credit Karma score and what the banks are looking at? So I was always trying to research and I figured it out. And I'm pretty sure you have the same question. So I'm going to give you the play and give you the understanding of what's the difference between Credit Karma and what's the difference between the real actual score, which is FICO, right? Experience what the banks are actually looking at. So I'm going to give you the game. You already know what time it is. Let's get right into it. Welcome back to the #1 credit educational channel. Hey, my name is Dave, where I show you how to remove negative items off your credit report, how to build a relationship with those banks, and how to get to that money. So you're probably confused like I was, trying to understand what's the difference between Credit Karma, what's the difference between what the banks are pulling, and I was confused just like you. So I'm gonna give you the game. I'm gonna give you a clear understanding, and I'm gonna break down today's video. What are the factors of the Vantage score? What are the factors of the FICO score? What are the banks looking at? So you can have a clear picture and a clear understanding. When you actually go apply for something, you know the difference between the two. You understand what's on Credit Karma, what's on FICO, so you can have a better understanding of everything of what's going on, and you can be able to teach somebody else. And if anybody else has this type of question, you'll be able to educate them. You'll be able to educate your family. You'll be able to educate your sister. You'll be able to educate your cousin. You'll be able to educate everybody when it comes to credit. So you already know what time it is. Let me give you the play. So if you've been following me, you've been watching my videos, I always talk about what are the banks pulling? What are the underwriters looking at? So most banks are looking at the FICO 8. And once you understand that most banks are looking at the FICO 8, now you need to understand how to improve in each category to be able to get approved for anything you want. And once you be able to get approved for anything that you want, now you can leverage your credit to be able to make money and do different things with your credit, so you can have passive income, you can travel and do certain things with your credit. So I'm gonna give you the game when it comes to the FICO 8. Most banks are pulling the FICO 8, and the highest credit score with the FICO 8 you can have is 850. And the lowest credit score you can have is a 300. That means you have 550 points to play with when it comes to your credit score. So now how can I improve? So you're probably figuring out, how can I improve in each year? How can I get all these 550 points? So payment history is 35% of your score, right? Utilization, 30% of your score. Average age, 15% of your score, right? Credit mix, 10% of your score. New credit, 10% of your score. So to be able to improve in each area, you do need a credit card. You do need to have personal loans. You want to have different type of accounts, right? So payment history, you never ever want to miss a payment when it comes to payment history, right? Utilization, you gotta, if you did miss a payment, call the actual person that you missed the payment with and get it fixed. If you've been making payments consistently on time, give them a call. Write a goodwill letter, do certain things to speak with the credit bureaus to actually get this late payment removed. And video right here, I basically break down on how to get things removed off your credit report. So if you have a late payment, watch the video right here, and I'll show you step by step on how to get things removed, right? Average age, it just comes with time. The longer you have accounts, the more points you'll start to get when it comes to average age. Credit mix, you just want to have different type of accounts. You want to have revolving accounts, you want to have installment accounts. We all been preached and been told that credit cards are the devil. However, you do need credit cards to be able to maximize on all the points that you be able to get a house, to be able to get a car. Most banks want to see that you can handle debt. Most banks want to see that you can manage debt. So get a credit card, get a store card, get whatever you have to get to be able to increase your credit score to get to where you ultimately want to be. New credit, it's okay to apply for credit. It just depends on when you're applying for credit. Don't look thirsty. If you're trying to get a house, it's okay to shop around for different rates to see how can you get the best rate. If you're trying to get a car, it's okay to shop around to see if you can get the best rate for your car. But if you're trying to get credit, if you're trying to get credit cards, you can't look thirsty when it comes to that, because they're going to see that you've been applying. They're going to figure out, why is this person looking for credit? Why they keep on applying? So don't look thirsty when it comes to your actual credit. When you're applying for hard acquirers. When hard acquirers, don't be looking thirsty when it comes to that. This is the FICO score. This is the breakdown. The FICO score is broken down to 5 different factors. So now that you understand what the FICO score is looking at, now I'm gonna break down the VantageScore. So now that you understand the FICO score, now I'm gonna break down the VantageScore. So the VantageScore is kind of the same thing. The VantageScore, the highest credit score you can have is an 850, right? And the lowest credit score you can have is a 300. That means you have 550 points to play with when it comes to your actual VantageScore. So the VantageScore is a little bit different. They have six factors versus FICO, which has 5 factors, right? And this is how it's broken down. Payment history is 40%. So you notice that payment history is very heavily weighed when it comes to the VantageScore. So if you ever miss a payment and you look at your Credit Karma and you miss a payment, your credit score is going to tank a lot more versus on actual FICO when you look on Experian. So this is the difference, right? Age and type of credit. This is 21%. Credit utilization, which is 20%. So on FICO, it was 30%. This is 20%. So this don't weigh as much as heavy versus the FICO score. Balances 11%. Recent credit 5%. Available credit 3%. So this is basically the difference between the VantageScore and the FICO score. So this is how you can understand why when you actually look at your VantageScore, why is it totally different versus your FICO score. And this is how you have a clear picture. Because payment history is different, age and type of credit. This was 15% and credit mix was 10%. Credit utilization was 30%. Balances, we don't even have balances on, well, that involved in the utilization part of your credit. Recent credit was 5% on FICO, it was 10%, and available credit was 10%, and this is 3%. So this is the difference between the VantageScore and the FICO score. Now you have a clearer picture of why your VantageScore is a lot higher, because it's different, it's way different versus the actual FICO score, which is totally different. However, most banks are looking at the FICO, so what you want to do is focus all your attention on the FICO score. How can I improve in each year? How can I improve in payment history? How can I improve in utilization? How can I improve in average age? How can I improve in credit mix? How can I improve in new accounts? What can I do to basically improve in each area to get to the ultimate credit score that I want, to be able to get approved for anything I want without being embarrassed? And I'll show you step by step by step. If you watch my videos right here, the playlist right here, I'll show you how you can do that. I'll show you how you can increase your credit score. I'll show you different types of ways to be able to get things removed. I'll show you how to get different type of accounts. Just watch my videos. I show you, I give you the game step by step by step. No fluff, no nothing. So if you love this video and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe. And I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate you guys for watching this video.